Alright, welcome YouTube. This is the first time I decide to upload something specifically for YouTube. I shared this content on my Twitch during an early stream this year or maybe last stream last year. It's a little exercise just for fun and I thought of sharing it here and maybe dropping it on my Instagram and see what you guys think. So the overall idea is trying to predict the trends for next year using the ArtStation top trends from last year. I'm sure there's probably better ways to do it, just to grab more data from different platforms, but we're going with ArtStation. So the whole thing started with the Skating Giants, this one here, and so this one was a bunch of sketches I did for Inktober 2018, and after October I went back to the sketches and looked up the posts that got the most likes on Instagram, and I combined the ideas together. I added the twist that they're giants and the whole environment and stuff, so I threw in some like original stuff, and but the main things were like the data driven and based on the what people liked the most from like the random sketches I dropped. So now this is kind of a series. Have the first installment and now number 2, and I'm working on number 3. Alright, so let's go back to this. So from 2019, we did the same exercise on Twitch, where we viewed it live and tried to see what would be trending for 2020. And the whole idea is to try to get my artworks to actually appear on the top trending page. For the Skating Giants, for this one it was number 9, I believe, for 2018. So for 2019, by the end of 2019, we went through the top trending on ArtStation, and they're ranked just by likes. So they changed the format a little bit, so now you can toggle between different tabs and each one will give you different genres. You have 2D, 3D, Photoshop, and fantasy, sci-fi and stuff. So now they have different categories, but in general, during 2019, I think, was just everything together. Like they will just drop everything at the same time. So here I think we're looking at the 2D category, and we can see from top to bottom. For 2019, the top artworks were that got the most likes had a certain criterias or certain elements that we combined together, came up with a list, and based on that list I created this artwork here. So for 2019 we had most liked artworks had a female character. Lots of them had cyberpunk elements, I think anticipating Cyberpunk 2077, and then they had samurai Japanese influence, and there was a bunch of them that had undead zombies and stuff. So with that combination I came up with this, trying to like cover all the elements in one artwork. And this is the exercise, and the aim is to get back to the top trend page. All right, so we go back to the top trending for 2020. So it's a little bit interesting here. So the top artwork got 8,500 likes, and the end of the page. So the page is kind of endless, so you can just scroll down as much as you want. But I stopped at 3,900 likes, which is pretty good actually. Yeah. Pretty good. Um, I think my artwork, the Skating Giants, got 9,000, and you can imagine that it wasn't the highest. So I think the top artwork got like around 13k likes. Just to give you a range, kind of where we at the end of 2020. So just by looking at what is trending, people liking these artworks, so we can at least predict or try to predict certain elements that would make it for the top list for 2021. And if we go here, so this is from the stream, and this is the list we came up with. Before we go here and give you the conclusion, so what we're looking for is, I think, the top 3 rows here. Although like we went through the rest, but we came up with, first of all, female character, so that's number 1, and number 2, we figured out that there's a lack of cyberpunk elements. As you can see, most of the stuff here are either historical, Viking, Celtic, or fantasy driven. So that's number 2. Number 3, it's mostly like dark fantasy. And what else did we get? Let's go back. So here's the list we came up with. Another thing I think we were pointing at, Riot's artworks that made it to the top. So there's a lot of Riot's artwork. So if you want to get to the top, you might want to do some Riot's fun art, if that's something you're interested to do. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so what we have here is female character. We need a fantasy setting. Needs to be so I think here's people like trying to think Elder Ring is coming this year. Maybe they're gonna drop some trailer, hopefully. Maybe it's gonna be next year. People are hyped for it, so that's shows the interest. So there's Dark Souls, Elden Ring. What else do we have? We have, very hard to read my own handwriting. We have forest. So yeah, there's a lot of so this is another thing. So we have forest, some greenery, blue skies and grassland. And then we have, same here, environment as well. So we have some more here, environment. We go another forest here, which is very rare compared to last year's, which is, sorry, the 2019 top trending. So I suggested maybe because it's of the lockdown, so people are more tend to like outdoor scenes, I think. So we added maybe a forest scene for the artwork. We can add a game concept plus HUD, which is, where is it? Artwork was here. Yeah, this one here. It made it to the top, and I was working on something similar, so I can do that maybe for the artwork. Then we added story, so it needs some story elements. So the top one, as you can see, and so it's a series of maids inside a palace, kind of. Can't remember the name of the artist, but they're pretty good, kind of 3D, 2D hybrid. But they tell a story, and so yeah, story has to be ranked number 1. A good story telling in your artwork. But yeah, You can see there's a push towards Celtic environment and characters, and very little in terms of Japanese influence. We have maybe this here, but the artist here has always like this theme going on, so I'm not sure if we can count this. We have here another one, but it's mostly Celtic. There's only one cyberpunk kind of influence. You're not going to count other like game concept art or game artworks and splash art. All right. So yeah, I think that's the plan. This is the list we have. I'm gonna work on a new artwork for this year, similar to this Cyberpunk Samurai or Cyberpunk Sam. Gonna come up with a fantasy setting for my next artwork. It's gonna be dark fantasy, and maybe transition that to a tutorial. But anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're willing to join just let me know. We might come up with like a hashtag for people who want to participate. And yeah, let's see if we are correct on our what do you call it, on our prediction, because so far you have Valheim is like ranking pretty high on Twitch. The game is good, but remember it's Viking Celtic themed. And then you have the lady from the village, which is vampire dark fantasy themed. So yeah, I think we're on the right track in terms of what people's liking this year. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and leave your comments and thoughts down below. And yeah, until next time.